Hello friends, it's Jax from Stress to Zen, your yoga teacher and habits coach. And today we are going to get into these hip flexors. This class was requested by one of our community members, Emma. So Emma, thank you so much for requesting this class. Let's get started. So we're actually going to start in a seated posture. So you can either be up on your knees like myself and grabbing a yoga block to sit up on. You can also place a bolster, or if this is too much for you, just go ahead and lie down. Let's get into our breath. So we're going to come into Zen breathing. We're going to inhale for a count of 4, hold the breath for a count of 4, exhale for a count of 7, and then hold the breath for a count of 4. And I'll guide you through the whole thing. So maybe you close down the eyes, maybe hands on the belly if that feels comfortable. And let's just take a free breath. Take a deep breath in and a deep breath out. And then we'll begin. Inhale for 1, 2, 3, 4. Hold the breath. 1, 2, 3, 4. Exhale 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold 1, 2, 3, 4. Inhale 1, 2, 3, 4. Hold 1, 2, 3, 4. Exhale 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold 1, 2, 3, 4. Take 2 deep breaths in through the nose. Open mouth, exhale, side out. And if you need to take one more of those. But wherever you're at, can you allow your face to be expressionless? So soften the eyes and the eyebrows, relax the jaw, create space between the lips. Relax the shoulders down the back of the body. And we'll set an intention for today's practice. So for today, we're working with the mantra, I am present. I am present. We're focused on present moment awareness, being with the body, being with the breath, and being in the totality of our experience of existing as we breathe in our postures today. You can gently blink those eyes open, and let's come into our first posture. So we're actually going to be coming into dragonfly. So go ahead and extend the right foot forward, coming into a low lunge. From here, we're going to slide that left knee back. So let me just put my mic. We're going to slide this left knee back. Oh yeah, probably already feeling it. We're going to go ahead and grab our yoga blocks if you have something, or I recommend grabbing a blanket or just something to allow you to bring the floor a little bit closer to you. Make sure this right knee is in line with the right ankle, and take a deep breath in. And then exhale, go ahead and tuck the chin and round the shoulders. So if you're on blocks like myself, you want to make sure that the wrists are in line with the shoulders. That way you can just be in alignment and that you're not really putting any extra weight onto the arms. So when we come into yin, we really want to come in about 40 to 60% of the posture. So for some of us, you might be able to reach the elbows down onto the floor, which is amazing, but that's not needed right now. That's because when we come into a yin practice, we're being really non-aggressive here. We're being really passive here. So you find that wall of resistance, you find that wall of tension, and then you just yield. The second thing to note in a yin practice is that there's no muscular engagement. That's because it takes 120 seconds of sustained stress in our connective tissue that forms around the joints and the ligaments and the bones to actually get into that area. And if we're engaging our muscles, that protects the joints, which is great for everyday use, but in a yin practice, we actually want to stress the joints. We actually want to get into those connective tissues of ours. So where can you release muscular engagement? Is it in the left glute, or the right glute, the left shoulder, the right shoulder? the jaw, or maybe you just need to release a little bit in the mind or the breath. Take whatever you need for 3 more deep, deep breaths here. This is our last inhale and our last exhale. From here, we're going to send the hips back, straighten this right leg out, and then bring the right knee down. Let's go ahead and take 3 rounds of cat-cow to reset the spine. So inhale, lift the chest, drop the belly, press the floor away. And then exhale, uncurl the toes, press into the tops of the feet as the shoulder blades go wide. 2 more. Inhale, lift the chest, gazes up. And then exhale, round and curl. Give me 1 more at your own breath. All right, everyone, we have another side to do. So from here, we'll step our left foot forward this time. So remember, left knee is going to be in line with the left ankle. We'll slide this right knee back any amount that feels good for you. You might need something underneath the right knee. And then blocks or props are going to be at your own appropriate length. You know your body best. You are your greatest teacher. So do what feels right for you, and always moving from a place of love and not ego. So remember, come into the pose in that really passive way. Disengage and soften in the muscles. And as we hold this posture for long periods of time, and all the postures in yin, we really start to slip into that role of the observer, the watcher. Noticing all the internal and external distractions, and instead of running with a story, instead of creating another narrative, we take that step back and we just observe all the mind chatter. We just observe the thoughts and the memories that start to flood our brain. Instead of pushing them away, instead of trying to change them or ignore them, we find acceptance with them. And acceptance doesn't mean I agree with something, but just having acceptance for where we're at in this moment. And instead of judging ourselves, we meet ourselves with that compassion and that love. Always easier said than done, but that's why it's called a yoga practice, not a yoga perfect. Where can you soften? Is it in the hips or the thighs? The breath or the mind? Allow yourself to soften and release for 3 more breaths, and let these breaths feel good. Last inhale. And last exhale. We'll start to straighten this left leg, send the hips back, and then bring our left knee in line with the right. Let's go ahead and do some dancing lions. So we'll be in a tabletop position, but this time we'll step the knees back about an inch or so. And we're just creating circles. So let's start in that right shoulder. We're going to go right shoulder, right hip, left shoulder. So give me 3 more like that. And you can take these as slow and as mindful as your heart desires. Keeping that chin gently tucked. And then take 4 the opposite way. So left shoulder, left hip, right heel, right shoulder. Or maybe your body's craving some other kind of movement. Maybe you feel like doing some cat-cows. Take whatever you need for 1 more cycle, and then we're all going to meet in a tabletop position. From there, we'll cross at the ankles and sit down onto our hips. So we're going to come into half saddle pose. So right leg's going to extend out long. We're going to bend this left knee to the best of our ability. If this is ever too much for you, this is where you can sit up on a yoga block for that left hip or the right hip. Feels really nice to bring that floor a little bit closer to you. So this might be you. You might be here. You might be saying, my goodness, Jax, this is a lot for me. You can also place a blanket underneath the left top of the foot. Option 1 is to fold like this. You're just tucking the chin, letting it all round. Option 2 is you're going to come, maybe grab the yoga blocks, and you have the yoga blocks behind you underneath the elbows. So maybe this is you today. Tuck in the chin or allowing the head to go back. Option 3, maybe just come down onto the elbows, or option floor, coming to the floor. Maybe option 4, you come all the way down. Wherever you're at, I want you to settle wherever you are. So right now, you're doing such amazing work for your body. You're hydrating your connective tissues, you're allowing your body to become more pliable, and it's almost like you're this dry, brittle sponge that hasn't had a good soak in a while. And we become like those sponges. Age, stress, injury, life. Our body gets all these adhesions, these knots, gets all sticky. But when we come to a yin practice, we're like that dry, brittle sponge that finally gets a deep soak. We're hydrated, we're rejuvenated, and we feel a little bit better and a little bit different. So as you hold this posture for one more minute, can you allow yourself to be present? I am present. Present to all the sensations happening in the body and happening in the breath. Last inhale. Last exhale. All right, so if you were on your back or your elbows, you'll slowly start to use your elbows to lift yourself all the way up, taking your time, no rush. From here, we're going to extend the left leg out long. Let's go ahead and knock those ankles together, shall we? So just knock, knocking those ankles together. Maybe you take the hands, go up and down the legs a little bit here, taking whatever your body needs for 3, for 2, and for 1. Let's take that to the other side now, everyone. So we're going to extend this right leg back. Remember, both sides are different. Maybe you need to sit up on a block. Maybe that's supportive for you. Maybe that feels good. Otherwise, option 1 is to fold forward. Maybe you use the blocks to help keep you stable. Option 2 is maybe you come back down using the blocks as support here. You're really going to feel it in that hip flexor. I hope you do, my friends, because that's what this is all about. Option 3 is maybe you release the blocks, come down onto the elbows, or option 4 is the floor. No option is better than the other, and as always, I make suggestions, you make decisions. But instead of comparing ourselves to anyone else, can we find some gratitude and some thankfulness for showing up to practice today? You could be doing a million other things right now, and you chose to do yoga, and that is something to acknowledge. So thank you so much for showing up to practice today. We're here for a little bit longer. I'll let you know when it's time to come out. Are you wrapped up in a story right now of the past? Did you time travel to the future? And if so, just take a breath. Take a breath to honor that thought, that memory. And then as you breathe here for 3 more deep, mindful breaths, can you allow yourself to be present, completely immersed in your own breath, your own body? All right, everyone. So we're going to come up onto the elbows. If you're on the floor, start to lift yourself all the way up. Head and neck is going to come up last. Nicely done. We'll extend this right leg out long. Move that energy around. You can knock the ankles together. You can knock the knees together. Take whatever movement you need. So for our last pose, we're going to come into full saddle. This might be a lot for some people. If that's you, I'd rather you just take a wide-legged child's pose. So big toes together, knees wide, and you'll slowly come down. For those of us that are coming into full saddle, we'll act like we're going into child's pose. So big toes are touching, knees as wide as the mat. From here, we'll slowly start to recline. Remember, if you need blocks, maybe you come down onto the yoga blocks. Maybe you come down onto elbows, or maybe you come down all the way to the floor. Choose what your body needs with love and kindness. And we're here for 2 minutes. Can you be with the sensations happening in your body just as they are? And these sensations can include buzzing or tingling, temperature, pressure. And instead of trying to run away from them, can you just allow them to arrive? Knowing that there's a difference between pain and discomfort. Pain is like, ow, there's a sharp shooting. Please move, please modify. But discomfort is, oof, I wonder when this will end. And know that it takes a lot of courage to sit in the discomfort. It takes a lot of courage to be with the thoughts just as they are. And really allow yourself to be present. I am present. This is an invitation to take the slowest, deepest breaths for these next 3 breaths that you've taken all day. All right, everyone. We'll slowly start to come out of that one. So coming onto the elbows, if you haven't, make your way up. I'm going to move my mic so I can get on up. I need the support. And then slowly come all the way up. And we'll end class the way we started it, in a seated posture. So you can either come up onto the ankles, sitting on the ankles, the heels. Maybe you want to lie down right now and take that. Do whatever you need. We're going to end with that same breath work, that Zen breathing. So let's just take a free breath. Take a deep breath in and a deep breath out. And then we'll begin. Inhale for 1, 2, 3, 4. Hold. 1, 2, 3, 4. Exhale. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold. 1, 2, 3, 4. Inhale, 1, 2, 3, 4. Hold, 1, 2, 3, 4. Exhale, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold, 1, 2, 3, 4. Take 2 deep breaths in through the nose. Open mouth, exhale, let it go. One more, 2 deep, expansive breaths in. And then exhale, just release. Take a moment to repeat that mantra one last time. I am present. And know that you can always take a moment to be present by just coming back to your breath and coming back to your body. We'll end class with the loving kindness mantra. Feel free to join or just listen. May you be happy. May you be healthy. May you live with ease. May I be happy. May I be healthy. May I live with ease. And may all beings everywhere be happy, healthy, and live with ease. Thank you so much for taking time out of your day to move and stretch your body. Once again, my name is Jax from Stress to Zen, and you can close your practice however you feel called to. Thank you. Wonderful. Well, thank you so much for clicking this class. I post videos here on my YouTube all the time. If you want to check out a free live class, come over to my Insight Timer page. If you want to come join my retreat in Scotland, May 4th through the 9th, our yoga retreat is happening. We have 1 spot left. I also am a habits coach, so I coach on habits. If you want longer yin videos, if you finally want to live a more productive and healthier lifestyle and stick to your habits with a community that is encouraging you every step of the way, come join my habits course. We do yin. It's an 8-week course. We do live coaching calls every Sunday. And my goodness, it's just great to be around like-minded individuals. You know what I'm saying? All right, friends. So once again, this is Jax, your yoga teacher and habits coach. And I hope you have a wonderful rest of your day, your evening. And Emma, thank you so much, our community member, for asking for this class. Ask and thou shalt receive. Have a good one. Bye.